Hello and welcome. My name is Luke Smith, and today I'd like to explain why I believe this old Panera Bread building in Branson, Missouri would be perfect for a new McAlister's Deli. Let's jump into it. So, I love looking at data, studying data, and I've got a bunch of cell phone traffic of people coming and going from the locations all around this neighborhood. There's a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of hotels, there's a lot of people that shop here that love to sit down and eat some food or take some food out. And so, I found a list of, I'm not going to click on every single one of them. I'm going to highlight some of them. Like there's a Longhorn Steakhouse over here doing 29,800 customers a month. The McDonald's up the street is doing 29,000 customers a month. But what do these numbers mean? I think they mean more in a percentile fashion. If we look at what are their rankings compared to all the other locations across the country of those major brand names that you want to be next to selling McAlister's Deli. I pulled up a bunch of them that are in top 25%. I didn't realize they're in the top 25%. I started writing them down. My list just kept getting longer and longer. So just bear with me a bit here. I'm not going to say the numbers. These are all top 25% locations in Branson, Missouri, really close to this shop. So McDonald's, we were just talking about Applebee's, Famous Dave's, Cheddar's, Scratch Kitchen, Walmart. Walmart's right here. It's good to have a big volume Walmart. Starbucks, Cracker Barrel, Steak and Shake, Subway, Olive Garden, Denny's, Andy's Frozen Custard, Health Street, Krispy Kreme Donuts, Bob Evans, Wendy's, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Longhorn Steakhouse. I was just showing over there before. Famous Dave's, Chili's Grill and Bar, Shoney's, Dairy Queen, Freddy's Frozen Custard, Cold Stone Creamery, Arby's, Mellow Mushroom, KFC, Moe's Southwest Grill. Moe's is just right up here. And Culver's. And a lot of these are in the 90 percentile. What does that mean? What does that mean for McAlister's Deli? Generally, when I study markets like this, and you have a whole bunch of shops, a bunch of fast food shops or sit-down shops, in the same area, if you get a bunch of 40 percentile-ish ones, you get a bunch of 40 percentile-ish ones. You add a new shop, it's probably going to be another 40 percentile one. That's not what you want. If you got a bunch of 80 percentile or 90 percentile ones like you have here, you add a new shop, a new McAlister's Deli, it's probably going to be top 25% McAlister's Deli. Those are the kind of markets you want to go after, you want to be in, you want to make money off of, right? That's where I want to be. And so I like doing data stuff. And here's that McDonald's. I just had that one on screen. This is like, top McDonald's. You're next to a top McDonald's. There's a ton of traffic, right? So I like to use BART, artificial intelligence, baby. Let's pull it up. Let's figure it out. So I typed in here, what's the average unit sales of McAlister's Deli? Because a lot of my other data sets say McAlister's Deli based on demographic and sales and customers, flows, who shops here. Void analysis, everything says McAlister's Deli hits really strong here. This is who ought to be here. I looked up average unit sales on McAlister's Deli. In 2023, the Sharp Sheets thing is saying 1.8 million. That's the average McAlister's Deli. Now, if we look at the top 25% McAlister's Deli, Google BART is saying top 25% McAlister's Deli are doing $2.7 million in sales per year. That's a big difference between 1.8 and 2.7. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to open a new shop, I'd much rather be in that top 25%. And if I could do that, I think the best way to figure it out is to be next to a whole bunch of other shops that are in that top 25%. And so what does that mean when it comes to rents? I would like $150,000 a year rent for this building. I'm open to all kinds of tenant improvements. What do you need to do to make it happen, to get in here and pull it off? Why 160? Because I see other McAlister's Delis in the market that are happening. The average rents that they seem to be signing up for in today's markets is $160,000. A lot of them, some bunch more, maybe a couple of them a little less. But 160 seems to be the average, and that's like average shops. So I'm trying to do less than average in what I believe to be a top 25% market. And I think that should make this shop go to the front of your line, and we get to do a deal a lot faster, right? And so if it was the $150,000 a year triple net kind of lease on this thing, and you had sales in the top 25%, like it looks like this market can support, that is, I was doing some math, that puts the rent to sales ratio in the kind of 5 to 6% of overall annual sales would be going to rent. And a lot of industry standards say you want to keep that below 10% to make the numbers make sense. So this is almost half of where the numbers make sense. And so I think when you look at those kinds of economics in this market, we should be able to work on this property. So here's the property. I'm pulling it up here. It's paved, multiple lane paved street, hotels everywhere, hotels. This was a Panera Bread building. So Panera picked the location, and they grew up so much in this location that they moved up the street to another one that's got like multiple drive-through lanes. This one doesn't have the drive-through lanes, but it's a 5,600 square foot location. It's got outside seating as well as indoor seating, and it's a newer building. It's not that old, and we could facelift this thing to make it look the way you want. The colors, the signs. I'm open to franchise fees and stocking the shelves, grand opening budget. Tell me what you need to make this one a McAlister's Deli. I'm here to work with you. I want to convert this thing. The building's sitting there vacant. It's not doing anything right now. Let's make it happen. Please take a look at this one. The address is 2407 Green Mountain Drive in Branson, Missouri, 65616. I'll put it in the description of this video along with other information I send you about this property, as well as my contact information. And thank you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.